All right, man. Well, look, first of all,
Yeah.
thank you for taking the time to come down.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, no, mate, I appreciate it. And also, thanks for sorting it out on a short notice as well, because it was literally, it felt like it was only like a few days
Yeah,
ago.
a couple of days ago. Yeah,
I
yeah.
hit you up about it. We sort of, you sort of randomly tweeted about that you was like feeling the shows or whatever. So
Yeah.
I've wanted to get you down for a chat for a while. To be fair,
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I've got a list so long because as you can imagine, there's a lot of people with a lot of different stories. I don't know, with yours, I feel like the first time I properly took notice of what you was about had to have been Different Pattern.
Oh, for real, yeah. A lot of people say that.
I was going to say, yeah. But I mean, you've been producing for what, 10?
10 years.
10?
Well, something like that. Something like that. Well, I started making beats really when I was like 15. And I downloaded the Fruity demo.
Right.
So you could make tunes and bounce them, but you couldn't save the project or anything like da-da-da. So I was just making like random loops and then bouncing them. And that was just for fun, innit? And then I got Logic when I was like 16, I think. So yeah, well, technically that's 11 years been making beats.
Wow.
So
it's a long time. Man. Yeah, because I've got I don't even know how, I don't know if it was a release, you did like a mail out or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've got a folder somewhere on my hard drive and there's beats from you that are labelled like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
And even back then, I was listening through them and I was thinking, this would sound sick if it come out today. Really? Yeah.
I think I know what that might be, you know. Was it, I did like a Bandcamp release like time ago and it was just old beats from, I think it was the first beat I made on Logic and then to like 2015 or something.
Yes.
And that was when I released it. But yeah, that's crazy, man. Like even I didn't really think of it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I always try to think of it as when I'm listening through a back catalogue and listening to the evolution and do you know what I mean? Like the path that someone's taken and how they were sounding when they first started and what they're doing today. And it's almost, I saw you tweet the other day actually saying about how sort of the comparison between the old Louis B and the new Louis B.
Oh yeah. I know the tweet you're talking about. Yeah. I tweeted that because recently I've been, I don't know if it's, see like drill, yeah? Right now, if I listen to like, there's certain drill tunes I listen to and I'm like, that's grime.
Yes.
Like, it's still drill, like drill beat, but it's still, like the sounds are proper, like the basses are like a lot more wobbly and dirty and they're not just 808y, like there's a lot of like gritty sounds in there rather than it just being like your bait like drill, snare and kick and bass. So I was like, and recently I've been making a lot of stuff with similar patterns to that. So, but I still think it's grime in my head. But whereas if you get like a grime purist that will listen to it, they might be like, nah, that's not grime, like da-da-da. But really it's 2022 and that's what a grime beat is. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's almost, there's always been a debate on what is grime, what isn't grime. I mean, Treble Clef was saying in his episode when he come down that when he dropped Ghetto Coyote, at the time there was people who were saying, oh, it's not grime, it's too musical.
Yeah.
And so it's almost very similar to what you're saying with people saying, oh no, it's, you know, either it isn't drill because it's too gritty, or no, it's not grime because it's got certain drill aspects. Yeah. I mean, would you put yourself in a category with your production? Because I've heard other genres from you and other tempos and stuff.
I'll always say that I'm a grime producer, but I'll also, like, my music is I think it's grime because that's me. Like, I think Manga said this as well. Like, we're in that, it's that culture, right? So we're in that circle of people. So it's that grime circle, that grime culture. So even if you make a hip hop tune or like whatever, I'm still a grime producer. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So because I'm not going to the hip hop raves and all of that and I'm going to the grime raves. Yeah. And my tunes will still get a reload, whether it's like a little bit not grime or whatever, but because it's being played in that dance or whatever, I feel like it's grime. Like, does that make any sense?
Yeah. No, totally. I get what you're saying. I mean, were you listening to grime before you started producing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always,
So when were you first? When did you start listening to grime? Would you say?
probably 2006, 7,
Okay.
maybe. Probably when I was like 9
Mm.
9 or 10 or something like that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe even 2005.
Right. Okay. Was that?
But not like religiously like grime. But I started knowing about grime
Yeah. Okay.
and being like, that's sick, and then knowing, like I heard of Lethal B, obviously through Pow.
Yeah.
But so the whole era before that I'd missed out on. But when Pow come out, the original, which was what, 2004?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was when I knew that the sound was different to just like rap or
Yeah.
and I was young as well, so it's not like it's like you could tell. I could tell the difference at that point. I knew it was a different genre, and then I started like really getting into grime. Probably like I don't know. Whenever the original Boy Better Know mixtapes come out, Jamie's mixtapes, and like Chipmunk, whenever he was first like popping.
Yeah.
I remember like the Westwood freestyles. That was probably when I started really listening to grime.
And would you say that was the first genre that you were sort of, like, as you said, religiously listening to?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. That was when, it always was grime, really. It was not really like music before then. It was like 50 Cent. Do you know what I mean? Like Eminem, people like that.
Yeah.
But grime was when I started probably getting my own identity as well, because my brother has always been a hip hop guy.
Right.
So the reason I was listening to like 50 Cent and Eminem and all that lot is because he was listening to it, and like Jay-Z. But I was the one that started listening to grime, and then he followed that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably what it was.
What was it that made you decide it's all well and good listening to it, but I'm going to get involved with creating it? What was it that changed that for you?
I went to a video shoot when I was 15, I think. It was Adam Deacon and JME, and they tweeted out or whatever they did. They're like, if you want to be in this video, email, because it was for Another Hood, the film.
Yeah.
Said if you want to be in this video, like send an email with a picture of yourself or something, like a casting call. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I didn't really care about being in the video. I just wanted to meet them, innit?
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna roll. And then I bunked off school, went to the thing, met both of them, and then that day I went home and just downloaded Fruity. So I was like, if I start making music, I'll meet more of like these people, and like, I don't know, but for me it was just meeting people and being like, I remember being like, yo, that's crazy that like I've met them. That's insane to me. Like I'd never met anyone that was, I don't know, like famous or, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was just like, it was a bit like meeting like someone off the TV or something, and it was just mad to me.
Yeah.
But then started making music and started sending my beats to people like Jammer, people like that, and then they thought they were good, and Jammer's cousin Grits as well, he was one of the first people that sort of, I guess, what's the word, like co-signed you or whatever it is, took me in and was like, yeah, come studio. So I went studio with Grits when I was with Grits and Jammer when I was like 16, I think, 16, 17.
Yeah.
First time I went studio, and from there I was always just making beats, because I was like, I've got to a point already where I'm actually meeting people that I've like listened to for years.
Yeah.
And it was a bit mad. But now it's normal, because you're an adult.
Yeah.
And you realise that everyone's a human being and you're normal. But yeah, it was back then. The whole point of it was like, I want to meet people. I want to.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So.
No, definitely. I think that is also a very big moment when you do realise that, like, the people that you look up to, they are just people.
Yeah.
You know, and I know there's different people, different personalities, that kind of thing. But on the whole, I've found I've never really met anyone in grime that I've got a bad vibe off of, or a sort of I've never felt looked down on, which is nice. Because I really when I entered the grime scene as a DJ, in my head it was almost as if I was thinking, are people gonna accept me? Are they going to be cool with me? Have I got to prove myself before? But I can still remember it was like 2017, and I'd had my radio show for about 3 months, and I was on Don City, and I just dropped Techers, and it had been spinning for about a minute or whatever, and Spyro just walks in. And I was a bit, it sounds mad, but at first I didn't clock who he was, because it was just so of course Spyro hasn't just walked in. And he walked over, and he was like, "Oh, big up." And I was like, yeah. I didn't know what to say, and he was like, and I thought he thought I didn't know who he was, and he went, "You're playing my tune?" And I went, yeah, I know. No, cool, man, like that. And he said, I was in the studio next door, and the bass was cutting through. I could feel it. It's deep, and he walked out, and I was, at that moment, I was thinking, oh shit. Like you said, it's that point where you realise they're just people, man, and it's not, no one's really got an ego, no one's really, to my knowledge so far, I'm sure people have got stories. I'm sure people have got stories, but for the most part, it's,
man. I mean, it is true. Like, everyone's just normal. And when you're a part of it, you're all doing the same thing anyway. So they were all at your place at some point, or you know, like in some shape or form.
That's a big part of it for me. Yeah.
So everyone's just on a level and they get it, and like we're all just human beings, innit? So we just happen to do the same thing and be into the same thing. So there is no ego, man. For me and for a lot of people, it's not an ego thing. You realise that people are people, and you can break that barrier of being all gassed. When you meet people, you just be like, "Yo, sick, I saw him the other day. Yeah, it was cool, man." Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it for me. There's very little people that I get starstruck from anymore, really, because I feel like I've almost just met everyone, and it's almost normal to be like, yeah, of course he's gonna be here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You've worked.
Gets, of course there's Jammer, of course there's Skepta, or whatever. Like, they're here, innit? They're doing their job. So
no, definitely. You've worked with some big names over the past few years, especially, and I feel like from when I think it almost was the different pattern time, which was 2016.
2016 was, or maybe even maybe it did come out 2016, because I think that was on Outburst from the Outskirts, came out 2017.
Yeah.
So
but I think that was the single that was 2016. I could be wrong, but I mean, was that your first time working with Manga?
No, me and Manga had already done a mixtape together. We made White Jeans, Suit Confidence in probably like maybe 2015. I think we did that, and it's a project it's good tunes, isn't it? But it was just like, he liked me as a producer because I was always sending him beats. I didn't really know him like that either, like as friends that like we are now. And then he was like, "Oh, we should just do a project, man." Started sending him beats. Like I think I went studio once with him, and then so we made White Jeans, Suit Confidence. And then from there, we just become friends through just obviously linking up, going studio, whatever. And people liked us working together as well. So that made us link up more. Yeah. Just naturally. And then we made Outburst from the Outskirts, and we started becoming proper friends or whatever. And then, we just kept on moving it like normal, man. But now he's just my guy, innit? So we just always message each other, normal real life chat, and do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's my relationship with him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think when Outburst from the Outskirts dropped, that for me was a moment where I listened to it cover to cover, and it was just wow. You know, I really there was I don't know, and I think that's a lot of the reason why it still today you'll get people talk about it, and I
Yeah.
don't think that's gonna stop anytime soon. Is that there's a real sort of like cohesion between you two, whereby it just works, you know.
I think Outburst was the first album where because we did White Jean Suit Confidence, like I said, that was just beats. Basically beats I sent him, and then him just vocaling them with like people like collabing and that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But this when we made Outburst, we made like a conscious decision to go back and forth and talk through what do we want as an intro, what do we want as this. Like we made different pattern that was on White Jean Suit Confidence originally.
Yeah.
With just Manga, and he said, "Oh, I want to do a remix for the second bit." So I made a beat, and he was like, "Nah, man, I need it a bit more like this." And he sent me like a voice note. He was like, "I want a bass like doom, boom, whoop," like, and I was like, "Okay, cool." So that was all back and forth. Like we went back and forth so much, made the whole thing, and then from there we're like, "This has worked." Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like us working like that instead of just me sending you beats. Like we can really put a project together as like a Louis B Manga project, and then now we've just kept on doing it, man. So
I feel like you don't really get that much these days, especially in grime, where you've just got one main MC and one producer, and obviously there's features and stuff, but as you said, it is your collective project. But I think I want to hear more of that from people. I don't know about you. I think there's something really nice when you listen to a good album from a good artist, MC, whatever.
Yeah.
If they've properly put it together, thought about which track goes where, the story it's telling, that's all well and good. When you then tie in the same producer, because you can then also be doing the same thing on your end, and it for me, that is how you make one of them perfect projects that will stand the test of time.
Yeah. For sure. Like I always think as well, if you're MC that can produce as well, and like Skepta for example, I've always thought like Blacklisted, Konnichiwa, they're so well crafted because he hasn't had to just say, "Oh, give me beats." He's made a lot of them by himself or with his friends or like his tight circle. Do you get what I'm saying? Pause. And then like but you get what I'm saying, so they're for me that sort of where you know how to craft your sound rather than just be going like, "Oh, send me beats, I'm making an album," is a much better way to work. And it makes things sound so much sicker because you're actually taking the time to like pattern your thing properly, rather than just say, "Oh yeah, beats, cool, spit on them, put it out." And then that to me, like, it's all well and good. Like if you were doing a mixtape, cool, but if you're doing an album, and you want to tell stories and I think you need to do, or at least even if you got 3 or 4 producers and they're all similar, and they've heard each other's stuff, you can make it work. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously since that come out, there's been other projects that you and Manga have worked on, and it's almost, do you feel like it's got to a point where there's always going to be sort of something, a relationship between you two in that respect, or do you think there is going to be a point when it's going to be, we've done X amount of projects, that's cool, and now we're going to go in other directions? I don't know if that's something you've ever thought about.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not really something I've thought about because I just do my thing in the moment. Do you get what I'm saying? So right now I've just like basically wrapped up my album, and I'm still working on stuff with Manga as well, because he's always taking control of our project. So I've said, let me take control of this one. You just vocal them and send me the thing. I'll build the beats around it as well, even with the vocals. I'll do all the chops. I'll do the mixing, and I'll put it out. So we've always I think we're always just gonna work. And the other thing as well is that we're we're saying this the other day, like, with the utmost respect, MCs are long, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, for real, they take ages. And there's sometimes there's like miscommunication. There's you get what I'm saying? Sometimes they don't want it as much as you want it, and like stuff can just like you can make like 3 tunes and then be like, okay, let's carry it on, and then the momentum just gets lost.
Yeah.
Whereas me and Manga, we always know like that we're on point with it with each other in making music. So we're both reliable to each other. Do you get what I'm saying? So maybe it will just carry on like that, because if we got nothing to work on, we'll be like, let's just make some music now, innit? So because that's what we enjoy doing. We enjoy making music, and if it's gonna be long with someone else, then just do it with each other, innit?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely important to find people who are just on the same level as you. Yeah. Because as you said, I mean, if there's someone that you really want to work with, you might really rate each other artistically, but you haven't got the same mindset behind the creation process. That's an instant barrier.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of years ago, start of lockdown, when you did the tune, how many MCs were on that?
We did a couple. We did it. We did Lockdown 1 and Lockdown 2. I think the first one must have had about 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Second one, I think it was 22.
Wow.
But that was me just going on Twitter going, yo, making Lockdown 2 rhythm. If you want an 8-bar, do you get me? Yeah. Like, message me, and then I'll put you in the WhatsApp group. And then we were just getting verse for verse, and then putting it together. So I was just for like 4 days. I was just in my studio, just like locked away, just messaging people saying, "Yo, like, where's your verse? Where's your verse? Where's your verse? I need the video for your bit, so I can put it together." So that was just a big group chat, and just messaging everyone constantly saying, "Get your stuff done. Like, let's get it out."
Yeah, well, that's the thing. As you were saying just now, like where sometimes working with people can be long if they're not responding, or they're not meeting timelines that you've set. Like dealing with 22 MCs, that could not have been easy. And I mean, I guess where we was in lockdown, it wasn't like people were doing much. So was like, I don't know about you. It probably, like for me, if there was someone who was taking weeks on end to, you know, like weeks past the date they said they'd have something, back then I would have been thinking, bro, no one can go anywhere.
Yeah.
If you got your setup, what's going on?
I think the lockdown tunes was like so easy to do because everyone was like, we got nothing to do. Yeah. So we might as well do something, and everyone's bored. And bear in mind, the first lockdown, everyone thought they were going to be stuck in their house. Everyone thought they were going to have to order food. And not be able to go to the shop. Like, no one knew what was going on. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So we were all like, I remember the first one, like the video we did, it's all bands, it's all about toilet roll, because everyone thought toilet roll was like, no one's gonna have toilet roll. Like, it was so dumb. But it was like the second one was easier to do as well, because everyone was angry as well. They wanted to say something about Boris. It got way more political. The last one was all toilet paper and flipping, like, sitting at home. What are you gonna do when you're sitting at home? Smoke, like, bun weed and da-da-da. This one was more like, fuck the government, like, you're long. Do you get what I'm saying? So everyone was just like, I need to say something. Yeah,
it's interesting because it's almost as if people in years to come will be able to look back on that, and it actually, as much as you said the first one, it was jokes, whatever, like, they do tell a story in the sense that, as you said, it started off.
It's documented something.
And then, I mean, like, did you even necessarily know that you was doing that?
Nah, no way. We just thought, we didn't think we were going to document something like that. But I haven't really thought about it like that. That's crazy. But yeah, we definitely never thought that was going to be. We thought it was going to be like a year. Yeah. It's like we're 3 years deep now, right? And we're still slyly in it. But slightly not. Like,
I feel like it's almost back at that stage now, similar to summer last year, where people are starting to forget about it, and there's not as many restrictions, and it's just sort of like everything.
We've forgotten about it in our country, but there's still things like travelling.
That's it. You places. There's still you try and book a holiday, and it's
it's a myth. You're like, oh fuck, I still got to do all of that. I still got to figure out if they'll let me in if I'm not vaccinated, if I am, like, it's long, but it's a weird, but it's weird, but it's normal now as well. You're just like, oh, I've got to fill out these forms, and you have to now. Like but yeah, it's weird, man.
Yeah, it is definitely a weird one, and I mean, it's almost like I'm thinking, going back to what we were saying about the lockdown 1 and lockdown 2, almost documenting what was going on. Do you reckon there's room maybe for a lockdown 3, either at the end of it or like now the idea is out there.
We did say we were gonna do like a freedom tune where everyone was free. Where everyone was free and we were just gonna be at the boozer, like everyone that was on the tunes, just everyone just like having like a party and being free. But then we were like, we were gonna do that before, and then we were like, and there was obviously more stuff happened afterwards. So it was just like, I don't know. Like now, I just think, and even doing like a Corona song is just like now it's just like whatever, man. Do you know what I mean? Like no one, like it was fun at the beginning, but now it's just like. It's a bit bait. In a way, you're just like, oh yeah, with Corona shoes, a bit cringe.
Yeah, but that's the same with anything, because there's certain topics and certain bars and certain things where the first time you hear it, you're like, yeah, sick. But then 15 years later, or plus, when people are still doing like defeat bars, do you know? And then they're them sort of like, it's just like, oh yeah, and I guess it is a similar thing where when Corona was first coming, I was gonna say coming out as if it was like an album or something. But
big riddance.
when Corona was first here, it was a new thing that people could, express how they feel about things and what they're going through music. But then, has got to a point now where I'm even sat here thinking, I don't want to hear it anymore, I don't want to be sat on a podcast talking about this.
Fully don't. It just makes me think, man.
But I did just want to touch on it because I've got a lot of respect for anyone who didn't just not give up during lockdown, but found a way to still be creative.
Yeah. And I thought it was a great opportunity to be creative as well. But that's basically why I did it, because I was bored. I was like, yo, I'm bored, man. Let's do something, like, and we're gonna be bored, and this will be funny, and do you get what I'm saying? Make light of a bad situation as well, and whatever. But just like I always like my fun is being creative. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? So I was like, can't go to the pub, can't see your friends, like. I'm not gonna sit at home playing Xbox all day. Yeah, I want to make music, innit? Because that's what I do for fun. So that was the whole idea behind it. Like we never even, it was it was long getting everyone's PRS back, but we never even put it on iTunes or nothing. We just did it, innit? Like we didn't make no money off it. It was just that. So we just did it for fun, really.
No, that's cool, man. That's really cool. You've had a pretty big, well, it's almost like I'd say it's probably a lot of people's dreams. A tune on Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah.
That's mad. That is actually there's certain milestones where within music, within grime, whatever. There's certain milestones that when I released my first EP, when I released my first album, when I feature with so and so, that's when I made it. But tunes on Grand Theft Auto, like that's one that I never even considered, but that was sick.
Yeah. That was super random as well. Super random. Like I watch Jamie streams a lot, right? He does Twitch streaming, and he kept saying to me on the stream, like whatever I'd say, my name will pop up on the chat, and he'd be like, "I've got a surprise for you, Lewi. Got a surprise for you." I was thinking, what's he talking about? Like. He was like, I can't tell you. I'll tell you when I see you. And then linked up with him. I can't remember where we were. Linked up with him, and he just like pulls me to the side. And he was like, "June's gonna be on GTA." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Wait a second, what one?" He was like, "Knock your block off with gigs." I was like, "Oh mad." He was like, "You can't tell anyone. You can't tell anyone because I'm not even supposed to tell you." Like like it's under wraps. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I was like, "All right, say nothing." Went outside. Started texting my brother. I was like,
you can't tell anyone.
Tunes on GTA. Don't tell anyone. Then like next minute it's in a group chat. Yo, Louis gonna be on GTA, bruv. So funny, man. But, do you know what I mean? It's just funny, man. Yeah, but that was sick. That was crazy, man. I couldn't believe it. And but it was like a milestone that I never even thought would be like a thing anyway.
No one's ever aiming for
that. Yeah, no, you're never aiming for it, but it's just sick. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's almost that obviously came as a result of you being a part of the Grime MC album. Which in itself was a huge achievement. So it's almost, I feel like if I was in your shoes, I'd be thinking, yeah, like, this is sick. And then the GTA thing comes along, and then it's like, oh, somehow it just got sicker. Yeah. I mean the working with JME for Grime MC, how did that come about?
That was, I always say this, man, it was super random. Like I just kept bumping into him, and we'd made different pattern already, right? And I think I said to him, I'm the guy that made different pattern, and then he was like, oh shit, cool. And then I had a chat with him for like an hour, left, whatever. This is just like on the street, like normal. And then I think it was like the next week or like a couple of weeks after or something, I see him again, the same place. And I was like, yo. And he was like, yo, Lewi, what's going on? Like, And then I had another chat with him, and I think he went to go get food. And I was like, I've bumped into him twice, yeah. I've already made a tune with him, so he knows who I am, knows I'm a good producer. I was like, have I not asked him for his email yet?
Yeah.
So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go ask him for his email. Went over, asked him for his email. He said, yeah. Gave him his email. Started sending him tunes, and then like as well, like normal as well, because now we're just in a group chat where we just play like games, like flipping. Like Shorty's in there, got a couple other people, big up Afri, Ned, like all these people that we just play games with and we just talk shit in a group chat. That's so now it's more social than even doing music, but like that was it really. We're just like normal, innit? Just chatting to people, and then so anyway, I started sending beats, and I think he just messaged me back saying, this one's sick, I want to use this one. And then that was Knock Your Block Off. So we made that, and there's a whole other story behind a sample that we used, which we weren't allowed to use.
Right.
But that was, that was long. But we sorted it out. So we made Knock Your Block Off, and then he was just wrapping up the album, and I sent him a tune, and he was like, I need to do a freestyle on this, or he'd already done a freestyle, but he needed the right beat for it. Something like that, and that was It's Mad.
Right.
So that got made, and then just normal, man. Just how you'd work with anyone. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, the 2 times bumping into him randomly was just like, why, like that super random.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky that I did bump into him the second time just to get his email.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
So if I didn't see him the second time, none of that would have happened, but I would have still seen him the first time, and then it would have just been normal chat and then pointless.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, super lucky I saw him the second time.
Yeah. And then, I mean, moving forward, we were talking about it earlier, the album that you've got coming out.
Yeah.
Any sort of little gems that you want to drop on that, or any little sneaks you want to reveal?
I don't know, man. I could probably tell you who's on it, or like off the top of my head who I can remember who's on it.
Yeah.
Actually, so the story behind this album is that Frisco shouted me and he said he wanted to do a little project with his label, The Den, and originally it was going to be like 5 tunes, and I think just like over time it's just become an album. Do you get what I'm saying? So he helped me out with a few of the features. I got a lot of features done myself, but it's all Louis B featuring people, so it's all bars, not just beats. It's not just instrumentals, because I've always wanted to make like an album with MCs. Do you get what I'm saying? But still pattern it like an album.
Yeah.
Which is difficult because then none of them are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Like there's not a story.
Yeah.
But you can still make a theme and make it run properly. So that's what I've done. And who's on it? It's got Big Zoo, Frisco, Manga, Blay, JME, Shorty, Rowdy, Newborn from Jamaica. Yeah, that's just a couple off the top of my head, man. But yeah. So album should be coming out soon. We've got like 4 videos done, I think.
Yeah.
And then we might even do more, but it's more or less there. It's ready, man. So yeah.
That's cool. That's exciting because
Yeah, man.
I know that you've released some like instrumental EPs in the past.
Yeah.
I think actually I can still remember because, like I said, Different Pattern was the first time that I was really like, oh, okay, this is sick.
Yeah.
But another memory that stands out to me, when you dropped Grease EP, was that the one with the red cover?
Yeah. That was yeah.
Right, so I can't remember whether I bought it or whether you sent it to me, either or, but I just remember I had a load of new music on my laptop that I needed to listen to. And I think I was sat on a plane, I think I was going on holiday, and I had a bit of time to kill, and I was like, right, I've got loads of new music, let's just run through all of this. And I listened to Plastic off of that EP. Right? And it was sort of building up, and I'm just sort of, I'm chilling, okay, cool, whatever. It dropped, and I was just like, I just had to pause, and I was like, hang on, like it was one of them things where I just thought, I didn't even know I was looking for this, but this is what I was looking for. Like,
I remember when I made that tune as well. That was just I remember making that tune, and like half of it was by accident. If that makes any sense, like it sounded sick by accident. Yeah. So it was almost like, and I remember making that tune thinking, this is a different level of like production for me. Yeah. Like this is higher, this is way top tier than I've been making. Yeah. And it was only that way by accident. Like I remember doing the strings, diddle it, and then getting this bass sound. But the bass I just made by accident. That's what I'm saying there.
Yeah, like, that was the bit.
Yeah, that I was just like, that was completely by accident. Like it was a completely different sound. And I went on to another preset and I changed one thing and it just came out with that. And I was like, yo, like that's the sound. Like that's crazy. And it completely changed the tune, like different. So yeah, that tune was basically by accident in a weird way.
Does that happen a lot with you? Or not, or are you sort of quite a calculated producer? As in you know what you're trying to create, and it's just how do I get to that sound?
It depends, man. Like sometimes I'll have even like a dream. It sounds crazy. Yeah. I'll have a dream, and there's a certain like beat in my dream or something, and I'll be like, I've got to make that now. Yeah. Or like even if I'm on the train or whatever I'm doing, if I get some sort of inspiration or like if I listen to a tune. I'll be like, I want to make my version of that, whatever. But yeah, like some tunes are just by accident in terms of like you might just sit there and not have a clue what you want to make, and then just go, dun, 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 and you're like, okay, that's the vibe, and then you just build on it, not knowing where it's going. So that's sort of, I guess, like accidental tunes, but I think that's just the way that normal tunes are made. But if you got like a banger, I feel like they're the ones that I actually have an idea for, and then go into it knowing how to build it, if that makes sense. So like a lot of tunes off my album were like that. I just knew exactly what I wanted to hear before I'd made it, and then made the tune. But other tunes which are just almost like throwaways, they'll just be stuff that I just sat there, done it without any inspiration, no motivation. And they're usually ones that I send overseas.
Yeah, man. No, that's quite cool, and I think your sound has really evolved over the years in terms of if you listen to some of the stuff that you're making now, it's very different to the stuff, as I said, from that Bandcamp release that was like 2012, 2013 or whatever. But at the same time, you can hear how it's progressed to it. You know, it's not like you're listening thinking these are two different producers. And it's also not like, you know, there are some people where
it's the same tune every time.
You know, and you can still be a sick producer and have a sick sound, but you can think, oh yeah, like, you know, the sounds that they're using in 2022, they're just finding different ways to use them, even though, you know, however long ago they were still using them. But I think, I don't know, yeah, with your sound, it's very, it's interesting to me because it's your earlier stuff. It's very gritty, very heavy, very just it drops, and it's just like a musical punch in the face. Some of your tunes, man, like that Plastic, for example. Like I said, it was just literally just blows you away, and that I feel like sort of projected you into the beat boss style of producing.
But that's the other thing, like beat boss tunes, like that sort of thing. I'll go back to that.
Yes,
I'll go back to it. Whereas like my style now is different to then, but I'll go back to like that Plastic vibe, because that's the ones that slap in a rave. But really, like if I'm making music for myself, it's different. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So like that sort of thing. Yeah, like I don't know if I even have a new style, but I know that I've been working, like you said, like stuff gets tweaked and tweaked and tweaked until now it's different to what it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a progression. But when it's like beat boss time and just making like, and even sometimes I'll just be like, oh, I want to make a like normal grime tune just to slap in the rave, and I'll use heavier kicks and harder snares and make it big dirty basses and but I don't know, like my sound now is a bit more, I focus a lot more on the mix, on how the snares sound clean, like everything needs to sound crisp.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. What was the question? I can't remember what I'm talking about now.
No, I don't know. I think I wanted to touch on your. It's almost like you could consider it an alias or an alter ego in terms of the tunes that you make for Beat Boss. I know that the tunes that everyone makes for Beat Boss, they're very different.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm guessing you go to a very different place mentally when you are.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's certain things that I know. And even the way I know how to, if I've got an idea for a normal tune that I want to just make for like an EP or something, I can make the same tune for Beat Boss.
Yeah.
And it will be completely different because the drop will be different. Because if you do it, there's all little tricks, man. Like I don't want to give any cheats away, but if you do a delayed drop,
I think everyone knows by now.
Crowd's gonna slap. Yeah.
The delayed drop.
Crowd's gonna slap. Yeah. You need to make sure that you just add like a skippy bit in the tune as well. Make it skippy. Make sure the bass is crazy.
Yeah.
You need to make your song sound crazy.
Yeah. I think also it's variation.
Yeah, variation.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. It needs to have bare stuff.
If every 8 or 16 bars something new comes in, but it's almost I mean, people might have a different opinion. I don't so much like the ones when it's almost like there's 4 completely separate tunes in 1 minute 30.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That can, for me, that can be a little bit like, oh yeah, but it like the first section and the third section sound completely different. So I like when it's got a theme running
and it
through.
Stays through, but it's still got the variation and it still works.
Yeah, definitely. It's I think it's interesting because, I mean, on face value, Beat Boss is just who is the better producer. Yeah. But then it's almost, when you look deeper into it, it's like, well, no.
Yeah, it's not that. It's who can make a war tune, who can make a war dub.
Yeah, and I guess it's in a way that's obvious, because if you look at MC clashing, it's not about who's a better MC. You could be the sickest MC, but if you're not dropping punchlines and making the crowd laugh and you know, doing your homework and shit like that.
Yeah, it's proper. All Beat Boss is doing your homework, and now there's 9 of them. You can watch them back. You should know what works. Yeah. So if you're a good producer, you should know how to make a Beat Boss tune, really.
Yeah.
Because you've everything's already there for you.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So you can watch it and be like, yo, all right, this is what I need to do. That's what makes the crowd go crazy. That's that. It's just doing your homework, innit? But yeah, I think everyone that's been on Beat Boss knows that already. But that's what that is. Yeah, just making like a war tune.
Yeah. How many Beat Bosses have you been in now?
Too many.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can't even remember. Probably like four.
Yeah,
4 maybe.
I was gonna say it's got to be about 4.
Yeah, I think I did. Beat Boss 3 was the first one that I was on with Skins Band. And up until the latest one, I never got past the first round. So I did Beat Boss 3, Beat Boss 5, I think was Rapture, Beat Boss 7, Jams, Beat Boss 9, Hamdi.
Yes. Hamdi,
Rack J in the final. And I can't remember who was in the middle of that one. But also I've done other Beat Boss clashes as well. I did one like at like a private rave thing. I don't know what it was. Tiatsin was like, "Roll, you want to do a thing?" It was like a barbecue thing.
Yeah.
We did a Beat Boss there, and I clashed Potence.
Oh, okay.
Then we did NAS Festival as well after Beat Boss 3, where I clashed Skins Band because there was politics of who really won with it, like because it was tight, like it was close. And then I think people wanted it again, and then we clashed on stage, which was sick. But the footage is just, it's a myth, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've done bare clashes, man. Too many. I need to relax. For real.
Is it ever something that you would sort of step back from? Because I can imagine there's I don't know, there's two sides to it. There's surely, in my mind at least, would it get to a point where you're thinking, I don't just want to be known as the Beat Boss guy, and I want to focus on other things. But then at the same point, it's
still,
like,
you don't want to be a bitch.
Yeah, well, it's not even about being that. It's almost like people want to hear that from you, you know?
For real, man. Yeah, people want to see it. The thing with Beat Boss, Beat Boss, I like Tiatsin as well. Big up Tiatsin, that's my guy, yeah. And like, I'll always want to do Beat Boss, right? But like even the last one when I finished it, there's a video of us like there behind the scenes. I was so drunk and I was going, I don't want to do Beat Boss again. Like I forgot that when I've won the thing, I've got to do the next one. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck, I've got to do the next one now. I just wanted my trophy and done. Do you know what I mean? Because it's hard work, super hard work. Like you get what, I don't know, a couple months maybe to prepare or whatever, and you really have to go in. Yeah. Like with your tunes, you've got to go in the studio every day, make sure they're all sick, or at least that's what I do anyway. Yeah. Like it's like making a whole album in like space of 2 months, and still not knowing whether it's gonna like work.
And also potentially people are only going to get to hear 3 of your tunes. That must be the maddest feeling, thinking if there's something that you're thinking, oh, this is the one that's going to take the final, and then if you did get kicked out,
them other tunes are gone.
Really?
Yeah. There was bare times that happened to me, man. That's why the last one, because you get what do they call it, a wild card, yeah. You get a wild card. I've had sick wild cards 3 times, and I've never been able to play them, and I was like, fuck's sake. But obviously they're talking about the other people, the thing, so it's not like you can just play them. Play it again. It's gone. It's a myth. Yeah. So the last one, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play that as my first tune. Yeah. So I did, and it went crazy. Big up Frisco. But that was what I did there. But that was just because I wanted to play it. Like I was just like, fuck it, whether it works or not. Yeah. I want to play this tune. Yeah. So I did that, and then man, like. And that's the other thing as well, like if you haven't got a wild card, because usually if you get into the final, your best thing to play last is the wild card. If you haven't got one, you might have 3 amazing tunes, but the other person, if they've got a wild card, like you're gone. Yeah, in the last round. And the crowd is almost waiting for. They want to hear someone. Yeah. That's it. But yeah, man, Beat Boss is fun, but it's flipping hard work, man. Like for real, like it takes a lot out of you. I'm not gonna lie, like, but I always want to do it, but you can't choose when you want to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? So I would never say never again, because I obviously should definitely do the next one, but I did want to step down for it for a bit. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I've done it so many times, man. Like you said, you don't want to be the Beat Boss guy. Yeah. You just want to be like, you need time to work on your thing. Yeah. And Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that is.
Yeah, and then I guess it's almost like you're making these tunes. I guess at the minimum you've got to make 9 tunes, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing
Yeah.
people often make more than 9
More
because
tunes,
you've
yeah.
got to think about, well, depending on who I'm up against, I need to have. I guess really you've got to have a direct send for at least one direct send for everyone that's there.
Yeah.
And then so it's
No, a lot of people do that. I never really did that. I just made. I always just made 9 tunes.
okay.
And that was just me, because I was like, even if they've got a direct for me,
Yeah.
like, I had enough faith in my tune that wasn't direct for them that it would still slap.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, let me just work on 9 and make the first 3 direct. The next one's good enough to counteract if it's direct, and the last ones just need to bang and have a wild card.
Yeah.
So that was always my plan, but I don't know how everyone else works. Like, some people I've seen, like, I can't remember, it might have been Filthy Gears had like, I don't know, like 25 tunes ready.
Yeah, he probably made them the day before.
Yeah.
No,
Filthy. Yeah.
Probably
trust me, man.
on the way up there, like, I guess I better start making tunes now.
Making rhythms, bro. Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for real, like, that's what some people done, innit? Like, but again, man, I just thought it's, for me, easier to just work on that 9.
Yeah, I can understand that because, as we said, especially where only 3 of them might get heard. If you've made like 15 tunes, and it's not even as we said, Beat Boss tunes are very different to normal tracks. So it's not even really like you can do anything with them after, because I mean I know a lot of people do put them out, and I always, as soon as I see anyone, whether it's Bandcamp, SoundCloud, whatever, people have uploaded their Beat Boss dubs, I always grab them straight away, because I just think it's just sick to have that piece of history.
Yeah.
And as a DJ, I might drop them, but it's like the average consumer isn't really gonna want like a Beat Boss dub. Unless you're a hardcore grime fan.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that's thinking, oh yeah, I love jumping in the whip and bumping.
Yeah. I did the Warlord album.
I was going to say, just what was that, like 50 dubs or something?
Yeah, but that was
Crazy.
something like that. But that was all just like, I done like a SoundCloud thing.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was for, but there was like, I think it was on Facebook. They were like SoundCloud War.
Yeah.
So I done that. Put all of them tunes out. There was a war back in the day as well, which is another SoundCloud war, like with do you remember the one? It was like Lord of the Beats.
Oh yeah.
With Jammer and that, like the first one. Like, obviously that was, I think I've put them on the Warlord EP or whatever it was. But yeah, so I just had war dubs for people, and I was like, they're just sitting there, innit?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll put them out. I've probably got enough now to do another one, but I'll wait till the next Beat Boss maybe before I put that out. But yeah, that was, and everyone's always asked me, they're like, oh, that was a sick album. I was like, that wasn't an album, that was just war dubs that were just sat on my computer.
Yeah, it was sick. And I mean, from my point of view, like I've always said, I'm a collector, so I like to have all of that sort of stuff to look back on, you know what I mean? And I do occasionally, I might chuck it on, like to be honest with you, in the car on the way up here, to like refresh my memory. I did listen to a few of them.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I
Okay.
bumped a couple of the Skinsman ones. There was I don't know. It is sick to all just sort of look back on and remind yourself of, of that time, that event, or that whatever. But no, I don't know. It's it must be, going back to what I was saying, it must be weird to be making them tunes and not knowing if anyone's even going to hear them. If you get kicked out in round 1, then it's
100%. That's what I was. That's why I think that's why I put them out. Just because I was like, like, if you want to hear them now, you can listen to them. Like, I never thought it would be like a big thing. It wasn't anyway, but I thought I don't know. I didn't go in there thinking it was going to be like a big thing.
When it dropped, I was seeing a lot of people talking about it, and I think so, from my point of view. Anyway.
Okay, I can't even remember now. Like, I think that must have been what, 2018, 19.
I think. It was around that sort of time. Yeah.
But yeah, so like my thought process on that was just like, people haven't heard them dubs, I'll just put them out, innit? So like people had asked me before, like, can we have them? So I thought, yeah, man, put them all out. But I definitely waited till I had enough.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, there's 50 tunes on it or 60, whatever it
It's
was.
mad.
So I was like, yeah, I'll just put them out, man. So that was my thought process on that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think instrumental EPs on the whole, it's an interesting one because from a DJing point of view,
Yeah.
it's heaven for me. When I see an instrumental EP, I'm thinking sick, because as someone who regularly does MC sets, I'm listening to, you know, I'll listen to an instrumental EP and I'll be thinking, what MC is going to hear on this? Oh, I've got a set coming up with so and so, I'm definitely going to spin this for him. Or, you know, I think she'd sound really good in this film or whatever.
Being a selector.
Yeah, definitely. and that's the thing. I mean, you had the Grease EP. Was it Grease, Freeze, Steez?
Steez.
Was there one?
It was gonna come out Steez, I think, or maybe I did.
No, that was like a yellowish, goldish color.
Yeah, was that out?
I think so.
Can't remember. Might have been.
I can picture the artwork.
Steez, Freeze. Nah, Grease. This is killing me. I can't remember what ones that are out.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to them in time. It was Grease first, then Freeze. I think they're the only two I put out. Maybe I'm going mad, but I remember, I do remember making the Steez EP.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's out. I can't remember. I don't think it is. Maybe it's just them two. Maybe I'm going mad.
I don't know.
But I do remember making it, and I remember the artwork being done, everything.
Yeah.
But I don't think I put it out because I had something else I was going to put out instead.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, but again, it's one of them things, yeah, where like I thought, yeah, that's gonna be the thing now, yeah. Degrees, Freeze, these, think of another one, like, or whatever. But then I've just done other stuff.
Yeah.
So that's just now just, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're still available, but yeah, it's not. Sometimes things, you don't stick to stuff, innit?
Yeah.
But that's just what happened with that.
Are you? I was going to say, have you got any plans to do any more instrumental EPs in the future?
Yeah, I'll always do that, man. I put out some on Bandcamp last year as well, quite a few, because I was still waiting for my album to be done, and I thought it would be done by now, but it's ready, innit? But obviously there's other stuff we got to do, like promotion. There's a whole, you know, like process you got to go through.
All the stuff that you don't see that goes on the back end.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of behind the scenes stuff that we got to do before it comes out. But yeah, like even for that, I made an EP called Can't Wait, because I thought it was gonna be out after I'd done that. It wasn't. Still been. It's what, like another 6 months or something. Yeah. Still not out. So I put out another EP. But yeah, man, I'll always be doing instrumental EPs, man, because like people enjoy them. Yeah. And yeah, man, got a good little following on Bandcamp or whatever, and
yeah,
they feel it. So
yeah, I must admit, like you said, you did put a couple of bits on Bandcamp, and I'm big on Bandcamp. Like whenever I get them emails, like so and so has released this, I'm, sick, you know. And that was one. There was there was a couple of yours last year. That there was is it Anti Quark? Yeah. That one, that track, that was sick. I
don't think a lot of people know about that one either. Yeah. I remember. I think I sent that to JME and he went crazy. Yeah. I think that was before Grime MC as well. Yeah. That was one of the tunes I sent him. I thought he was going to vocal that, but he ended up vocaling another tune. But yeah, that was one he went crazy for. So, and then we never got on Grime MC, so I put it out. I think that was what happened. But yeah, Anti-Clock was a mad tune. I can't remember where the name come from now. It was something like something to do with space. So, like one of my friends was telling me something, and I was like, "Yo, that's a mad name." Like, let me use that. But yeah, I can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah. Do you like when? This is a question that I've always thought of for more so. Well, yeah, definitely more so producers rather than MCs.
Naming tunes.
Naming tunes. Yeah. Because I mean, if you're an MC, it's probably not hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, the name of the tune corresponds to,
the tune.
either something in the chorus or the theme of the tune or whatever. But like as a producer, how do you come up with a name of a tune?
I'm struggling now.
Yeah.
100%. Like I've used up all the names. I swear. Like tunes, and obviously you got when you're on Logic as well, you got to name it before you finished it.
Yeah.
Because when you save it, you got to save the project as something. Yeah. Right.
Pressure's on. You got to.
So you're like, oh,
got to have something
what's
ready.
this? Like But there's always something. I don't know, man. Like it just pops into your head, innit? Like and other stuff. I usually just look around the table, and like these days I'm like, like I've probably named about 1,000 tunes something that's on this bottle of Stella. Do you get what I'm saying? So like I might call it Anno. I don't know what that means, but it was there when I made it.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that, or like Belgium, like other little things. I just look around the room, or like something I've done that day.
Yeah.
Or something. Like I remember Roo Kid saying like, what's the tune? It's called like Window Cleaner or something. He was like, yeah, there was a window cleaner. Like on the window when I was making the tune. That's why it's called Window Cleaner. That's just what. And then since then I was like, yeah, man. Yeah. That's what things are called, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, but usually something I've done during the day or something. Like I don't know if I went like paintballing. Yeah. Tune would be called paintballing. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's cool. So, no, I like that because I am one. I don't know whether other people look into it as deeply as me, but I do always, for instrumental releases especially, I think, like where did that name, like you know what I mean? Like why was that in your head or like? And I've sort of the past couple of years, I'm trying to get into production, but I'll be honest, I'm struggling. I'm trying.
What are you using?
I'm on Ableton.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I can't help you.
I was going to say, everyone says that. I've heard that.
I don't know nothing about it. I used it once and I didn't get it either. So
no, I don't know. I'm slowly getting there, but I'd say I've probably finished, as in like bounced that, mixed, mastered, whatever. Probably about I don't know, like 10, 11 tunes maybe or whatever. And I've always.
What do you think of them?
They're all right.
Because Kirby's makes tunes now.
Yeah.
So does Manga.
It's sounding sick.
Manga makes tunes as well.
Yeah.
And they're sick. They're sick now. Like he's done it for like a year, or maybe I think at the beginning of the lockdown, maybe he was like, "Oh fuck it, I'm gonna start making beats," and they're sick. Yeah. And what does he use? He uses Serato Studios.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to use it, but he seems to work for him. Big up Freezer Chin, because Freezer Chin has like taught him a lot. But yeah, he's going in still, and I think everyone that's a part of that at some point is giving it a go. Do you get what I'm saying? Part of like music.
I think from my point of view, it was almost. I was as a DJ, I was looking at DJs that I looked up to and thought, what is it about them that makes me wanna lock into their shows or whatever? Yeah. And a big thing was dubs. Do you know, like as in, I would deliberately lock into like Spooky sets, Spyro sets, like producers like that, because I was thinking, I know that no one else on the planet has that certain tune that I heard a couple of weeks back on his other show. I want to hear that again. Yeah. And the only way I'm going to hear it is if I lock into that. Is if I lock into the night shift and hope he's gonna like before Haunted Joyride comes out, or came out. Sorry. Oh my. Every single night shift, I'd literally, they're like 3 hours long each or whatever, and I'd never catch it live. Like the next day, like on the way home from work, and like when I got home, I was listening through it, and I was literally just sat there thinking like, it's sick, but like if he doesn't play Haunted Joyride, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, you know, and it's things like that. That was my mindset behind. Like, I want to create that same buzz where people are locking into my sets, thinking, oh, I hope he's gonna play this. I hope he's gonna play that. I mean, have you? I guess on the flip side, have you like dabbled much into the DJing side of things?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I can DJ in it. Yeah. But just at home. Or like at my friend's house, like my friend Sabs basically taught me how to DJ. Tiatzim showed me a bit. Yeah. And like we've messed about and was just flipping. Do you get what I'm saying? Done little sets, but like I'm not great at it, but I know how it works. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, practice, but I haven't got any plans to become a DJ. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? But I did, and I was like, and I was gonna get a set of decks, and I was gonna be like, start DJing, like Then you'll get shows, then you get. which is a great idea, but it's just life, man. Life just, I don't know, it just goes in direction sometimes. And
There's only a certain number of hours in a day.
that idea sort of fizzled out, and now I'm producing the album, got everything on. So I haven't really, at the moment, got any plans to be like, start DJing like fully.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I kind of enjoy just being in my realm as well. Like, DJing will bring in more money or whatever, but I don't know, man. It's just, I enjoy. And the other thing as well, I'm a bit of an introvert as well, to be honest, yeah. So I don't really like to be at all-night raves.
Yeah.
And all this and that. Like, I'll love them if they're like Beat Boss or Grime Originals or Eskimo Dance or whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't want to just be going, oh yeah, gotta play out tonight, and then you gotta stay up till 6 in the morning, and it's not really me, to be honest. But yeah, like I don't know. I think I'll always put producing first, but there might come a time where I think start DJing properly and get into it and learn. But at the moment, it's not really at the top of my list.
Yeah, no, I feel that, and I think, to be fair, that sounds very similar to how I'm feeling about production. In the sense that you're
already in your lane.
Yeah, I've taught myself some of the basics, and I enjoy it. And there's a couple of tunes that I'm really happy with. You know, I mean, Rampage always said to me, like, when I first started out, he always said, "You're a DJ, like, you know what a sick grime tune sounds like, so you'll know when you're there." You know, and it's almost, and I got what he was saying, because there's certain things that I make and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, but I try and, when I finish something, I listen back and I think, if this dropped in my inbox, would I spin it? Because there's certain tunes that I get sent, like, I remember the first time I got a mail out from One Up, who's a sick producer. Like, there was a couple of tunes in particular that I heard, and I was just like, like, it was like, I need to load it on my USB now and just do something with it, because it's sick. And I think until I'm making stuff that makes me feel like that, then I don't, you know what I mean? I don't feel like anyone else is going to feel like that. So it's no, I don't know. It's I think it's good to like diversify and explore other avenues, but ultimately there's always got to be like one. Well, for most people, I mean, there are these like triple threat grime artists that MC, produce and DJ, you know, and I mean, hats off to them, man, because
100%, man, big up them guys.
It's crazy, but yeah, no, it's an interesting one to explore, but I mean, other than potentially DJing, what do you see in your future?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know whether I said this to you on a podcast or before, but just being in the moment, innit? And I just that's just something that I live my life like. I don't really think about, oh yeah, I've got to do this, got to do that in the future, and I'm pretty comfortable, and I just I know myself, so I don't really think, I don't get scared about the future and think, oh, where am I going to be in that, like, in 10 years or whatever, and what I want to do. But I just have plans, and they seem to, like, your plans just keep unfolding. Do you get what I'm saying? You start to make new plans, and I think that's just the best way. Well, for me anyway, best way for me to live. Really, I don't really have any plans for when I'm older. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I just need to, I need to make sure I've got money.
Yeah.
And make sure I can live, but apart from that, I don't really think, oh yeah, gotta do this, gotta do that. Yeah, man, that's it really. I just don't think about it like that, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you think that mindset is what's sort of led you to where you are now, in the sense of, if you set out in 2012, 2011 or whatever, and tried to set out a plan, do you think that maybe you wouldn't have necessarily got to the point where you're like, listen to yourself on GTA?
You know? No, I remember, like, I was gonna go to university in Cambridge, not Cambridge University, but a university in Cambridge.
What were you gonna study?
Music.
Okay.
But I got let in, and it was like the day before you had to accept whether you're going or whether you're not going. And my brother went there, and he was like, "Come, man, you'll be here. Like, you could live with us." Like, I knew bare people up there as well because my brother.
Yeah.
And I was just like, on the last day of whether like deciding, I was just like, "Nah, man, like nah, just like I don't think I want to do that sort of thing." And then I always think like, if I just said yeah, because my plan was to go.
Yeah.
And then last day I was just like, nah, man, fuck that. Like, I don't want to do that really. I don't know why I said no, but I think if I'd done that, my life would be way different.
Yeah.
Like,
what was your goal in terms of like career after doing that at uni?
I don't know, man. I didn't really have a career. It was just learn music, see what's going on, and like uni's like. I think that's why I said nah, because I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do. Really, I was going there because it was familiar. Like my brother went there, knew bare people there, and like the thing was go to uni, innit? People were like, yeah, go uni. Like that's the next thing to do of your life. And then I thought, nah, like I don't really want to like move to another place and meet new people and all that shit. Because like I said earlier, I'm not a, well, maybe I'm a people's person. I don't know, but I don't really go out of my way much to make new friends. And, like, so I was just like, oh man, like, I'd rather just chill with the people I know already and just jam in it. So maybe it was that, but yeah, like the in terms of like plans, I think that's why I said no. And then, but like I said, I always think if I had gone, it could have been better, could have been worse, but I didn't do it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can't spend like any amount of time thinking about like what might have been. Do you know what I mean? Like the way I see it, because there's this whole thing of like, oh, you shouldn't live with any regrets or whatever, and I agree with it to a certain extent, because I just think like as long as you can say that you're happy with where you are now on the whole, as in there's things that we'd all like to change, but as long as you're happy with your position now, then how can you regret anything? Because everything you did led to being here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The little things,
just
and
being
the
in the
things.
moment, man. Fuck it. Like,
I'm all for it.
You're just here, and do you get what I'm saying? Like your emotion is only here now.
Yeah.
So you thinking back or thinking forward, well, maybe you should think forward a little bit.
Yeah.
But thinking back on stuff and going, oh man, why did I do that? It's completely pointless.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like it's dead. There's no point doing it. Like I've had bare opportunities which I've missed. Like I've back in the day about meeting people. I remember going to like a photo. Like I was supposed to go to like a photo shoot for Lord of the Mics, I think, and like Skepta was there. All these people were there, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna make it. I didn't want to go, like for whatever reason, I can't remember. But then I was like, saw all the pictures on Instagram. Everyone's there, and I was like, oh, I could have made so many connections, so many links, but whatever, man. This is like years ago. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, you just think like now. I'm just like, well, yeah, man. I didn't go in it, so why do you even care? Like you're not there anymore.
Yeah.
You're here, so
definitely.
Yeah, man. And life's good as well. Really, like as well. Life is good. So, well, to me anyway. So I don't think, oh, shouldn't have done that. Should have gone. Should have like should have is a dumb thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Don't get me wrong. There's been times in my life where I have thought like, oh, if I would have played that differently, I could have been here, I could have been there, or that might not have happened, or things like that. But ultimately, as I said, I'm comfortable with where I am. So I think, it's all part of the journey.
Yeah, man. It is what it is, man. That's what I say. It is what it is. It is what
it is, man. Look, it's been really good chatting to you, man.
Yeah, man. You too, man.
It's been good. I mean, this has been the first podcast or the first longer podcast that I've done. I spoke to you earlier. Like I said, I've been aiming for the sort of 30-40 minute mark, but it never really felt enough, and it definitely wouldn't have been enough with this, man. And I feel like even now there's a lot more that we can go into.
How long have we been talking? Like an hour?
That's been rolling for like 1 hour 15.
Mad.
Yeah.
It does not feel like that.
It flies, doesn't it? It
That's
does
crazy.
fly, man. It does fly. Look, anytime you want to come back, man, you're always welcome.
Man, I'm down, man. Yeah, thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah.
100%, man.
No, thank you for coming down. Man. All the best with the album release. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too. Let's hope it comes out soon.
There you go, man. All right, well, big up.
Cool, man. Love, man.
Love.
Big up.